Everybody, it's Patriotic Stacker here, and I have the pleasure to interview Soundmoneymetals, the founder
Hello.
of the Sound Money Pocket Pinger. Let's start the show.
So are we actually live now, or are
We are
we
live
recording?
now.
Awesome, man. Very, very cool.
So, when did you start stacking metals? Do you stack?
I do. I'm not like a heavy stacker, but I'm adding Morgans and ounces as I see them, but I'm not like stacking 100-ounce bars or anything like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, I am definitely stacking. Sure. Lots of Morgans and peace dollars and 1-ounce things and gold every once in a while.
Now, do you stack for just collector reasons, or do you
Oh no,
stack for
I'm
like
stacking for the
prepping?
long term. I want to have this stuff around for, my kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking at it as a hedge against inflation and an investment. And it looks like the
Absolutely.
markets are heating up right now, and like all the stuff I've been learning about for like the last 5 years seems to actually be coming true with all this new inflation and everything like that. And
It's crazy what's
we'll see
going
what
on.
happens. I'm not planning on selling it even when it does spike, but we'll see if it does.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty crazy what's going on with inflation. You never know you're going to live through it until it happens. You just
Yeah,
go in your local grocery store, your oil to heat your house. Just you can see the prices. Just to buy a car,
right.
it's insane.
Yeah, my
So,
girlfriend does all the grocery shopping, and I asked her about how much chicken was, and she said it was $8 a pack. And I was like, "What? It was $6 a pack just last time I was there."
it's
So
insane.
it is actually happening.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just getting worse day by day. The
Yeah,
other day, we ordered food from our local pizza place, and the wings they were like $1.50 a wing.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get 12 wings, or have a party and you get 50 wings. Do the
Right.
math.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, when did you how'd you come up with this pocket pinger?
Well, I started the company or the brand Soundmoneymetals, and I used to make little silver bells. And I just wanted to stay on that theme. And I remembered what I was so when I first started stacking, I would always test my metals immediately, like since the very first bar that I ordered.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get 1-ounce bars and 10-ounce bars and things like that. And I would always test. And the ping test was something that I specifically really liked. And that's what kind of started Soundmoneymetals. I wanted to make something that involved the ping, and it involved a bell, right? So I was making little bells out of silver, and that would ping and resonate. Pretty cool. I think I might have one. Let me grab one real quick, all right? Sorry,
Yeah, absolutely.
wasn't expecting to go here.
What's up, Big Red Bullion? Thanks for tuning in, buddy.
Right, so here's one right here. So this is about 5 ounces of silver, a little over 5 ounces of silver,
Oh, wow.
and it's a silver bell. So this, you can hear that, right? Is that coming through?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so this is actually what started the whole thing. I wanted to make metal that sounded really, really like beautiful and cool. So this is I think it's 4-9 silver bell. And then there's a product that I saw a long time ago called the Fish, or called the Ringer, made by Fish Instruments. And it's similar to the pocket pinger, but it's not as safe. And it actually has the hammer incorporated in it, which makes it kind of harder to use. And so I called that guy up, and I wanted to like go into business with him and redesign his product. And he wasn't really interested in talking with me. So I went ahead and reinvented it and made it safer, better, easier to use, more affordable, more durable. The sound is better. I reinvented it pretty much completely, just with the spirit of his. I do want to call him again and get back in touch with him and see if he would like to collaborate and redesign his actual ringer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely something I need to do for sure.
Yeah. Now, what is there a reason for that design? Is that what did it have to be that design to make that sound or that certain tone?
Um,
The
no, so
design with the
essentially,
bell, your first
oh,
prototype.
yeah. This is not the first. not
Oh
the
no.
first by any means. You can still see it was still definitely in process, right? Like you see all like these pore lines and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this was probably like 7 or 8 generations in. The
Oh
first one
wow.
I made 10 of the first ones and sold them on eBay. Sold one on eBay.
Didn't you give a international stacker one of them?
Yeah, I did. I gave International Stacker one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
because
his
I
was
remember
like
watching
one.
that video,
Yeah, he's
and
a
you were
International
talking
Stacker is
about
an
that.
awesome guy. He's a
Oh,
character.
absolutely.
He's
Yeah,
just like that
he's
in
one of
real
the
life
guys
too.
that shouted me out and got me the subs I have today, pretty much.
Yeah,
He's definitely a good dude in the community. Great guy.
Yeah, absolutely. He did the same for me. He mentioned me on one of his interviews or something like that, and one of his episodes, and I ended up getting, I think, like 100 subs, which is really cool. So that's cool. The people that came and watched the channel were really neat, and then they were leaving comments and everything. It's really cool to see that.
Absolutely, he's definitely a great guy.
Yeah.
He helps out a lot of people in the community, and he does a lot of shout outs. In general, this community is just great. You got a lot of good people out there that help others out, newer channels. Because we all like the same thing.
Yeah, that's right. Gold and silver.
So are these patent? Did you get them patent?
They're patent pending right now. I've got one more revision to do with the patent office, and then hopefully I can get the patent approved. We'll see.
It takes a long time to patent something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been about 1.5 years so far since I submitted the first application. Yeah.
Any news? Is it looking good or on your end or?
Yeah, so we had 2 back and forth so far. So just like with wording and in the claims that I was making, because we needed to have something that was a little bit more broad, and I was really, really technically specific. So they made it a little bit more broad, so it wouldn't be so easy to recreate, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So what made you come up with this design?
Yeah, so I wanted something that was going to be safe, or as safe as possible.
Probably less expensive too, right?
Yeah, so it probably costs just as much to make this one as the other one. He was just kind of selling it for a lot because of what it did. So he was basing it on like a value proposition. So he says, if you catch a gold coin with this $100 thing, and then it's more than paid for itself 5 times over, right, or 10 times over. Actually like 18 times over for his. But on this one, I priced it at $25 because I think it's more fairly priced, and it makes it available to everybody.
Absolutely.
And I'm not making a lot of money on these things, but it is still cool for. I think there's like a cool level of people actually getting these things and using them. So there's been, I think, like 7 customers or 8 customers now that have actually caught counterfeits in their collection using the pocket pinger, which is amazing to me. I just had a guy yesterday write me an email saying that he caught 10 American Silver Eagles that he bought on eBay that were all fake using the pocket pinger.
Oh wow.
And that's awesome, right? So then he wrote back to the supplier and said that these were fake or whatever, the seller, and then he contacted eBay, and then eBay agreed and gave him his money back. So it's like this thing literally just more than 10x on that guy, right? Which is, I think, really, really beautiful. And there's been others too. So there's 32 fake Morgans, 20 fake ASEs, a fake Dragon Dollar. There's been quite a few people that have caught fakes with these things, which is really
and that's the whole purpose,
yeah,
for it. You know what I mean? And it's like you said, it's less expensive. Anyone can have it. And it, because other than that, what do you got to, you got to buy the Sigma verifier, which is $1,000 or up, and then you got your standard magnet test, but that can't tell you everything. Even the fakes now, they're passing magnet tests.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
Here's one right here. So this is here's a magnet, right? So most people just touch it, right? And they would say, oh, these 3 aren't magnetic. They must be real, right? And this one is magnetic, so it's fake. But this one right here, when you do the slide test, it slides kind of slow, right? Can you see that on the camera?
Yep.
And then this one over here, that slides how it should. This one here slides how it should.
Yep, kind of slow.
But this one's actually a little bit faster. Maybe, there you go. So this one's actually made of brass. There's a little bit of copper in there, which is slowing it down. One of these is copper, and one of these is real silver. and that's what makes, so copper has similar magnetic properties to silver. Go ahead and put this one in the pocket painter here and just paint it real quick. So this is copper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is still considered sound money, but it doesn't sound anything like silver. So here's
Yeah,
a real,
it has that distinct ring.
yeah, so here's a real silver ASE.
Yeah,
Much more beautiful sounding.
absolutely.
So so the magnetist isn't going to catch everything. Mostly is not going to catch the ones that are made out of copper, which is a good percentage of the counterfeits that are being made today, for sure.
Yeah, I highly recommend this for a lot of people. In all my videos I post, I share your link to your website
Oh,
because
cool.
these are just it's a cheap way to test your gold and silver coins. No, don't get me wrong, it can't test your 10-ounce bars or any of your, you know, heavy silver gold coins, but it can test your standard rounds, your 1-ounce coins, your 1-ounce bars, your constitutional.
Yeah, let's can I do another demonstration here?
Absolutely, go right ahead.
So this is a cool little fun fact for people that are watching your video right now that they can learn, and maybe you learn as well, I don't know. So one of the big misconceptions with the ping test is that the more pure a metal is, a lot of the like documents and papers and things that you can read online say the more pure a metal is, the longer that resonance is going to be. And so when we ping the ASE, which is a 3 nines silver coin, we get maybe 4 seconds of resonance, right? When we ping a 4 nines coin, which is 10 times less of whatever that 0.001 is in the 3 nines, you get about maybe 1 or 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so this is a 4 nines. Let's do the 4 nines Canadian maple here. You get about 2 seconds, right? 1-2 seconds for both of those. So the ASE, we get about 4 or 5 seconds. Maybe about 4 seconds. And then here we go here, which is a Britannia, 3 nines as well. So can you see how the difference is? So
Absolutely.
the more pure the metal, the shorter that duration of sound is going to be, which is pretty interesting. And so the sweet spot is right around, I believe, 92.5%. And I don't think this was on accident. I think this was actually on purpose. So the 92.5% actually gets you that really, really long resonant tone. And then it actually starts to taper back down again, but never back to as short as the pureness, the absolute pure.
I noticed that with 90% too.
Yeah, so yeah, 90% has a nice ring to it. But the resonance actually starts to go down a bit. But yeah, the beautiful, that's definitely a beautiful sound. So this is like,
yeah, nice ring.
That's the sound that you want to hear when you're pinging Morgans. Yeah, it has that like really subtle chirp to it. It's beautiful. Yeah, I love that.
It's definitely a great invention, and I give you a lot of props for it. It's you know, like I said, there's people in the community that can only afford to stack, you know, a few ounces of silver a month, and they can't afford a Sigma. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This thing's just a lifesaver, and I think everyone in the stacking community or collecting community should own one of these.
Yeah, so the tool isn't needed. So if somebody doesn't have the cash that they can to get a pocket pinger, you can still ping on your finger.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I
But
used to do that.
you're not gonna get as much resonance or clarity or volume when you ping it on your finger, and then there's also the risk of it falling. If
Yeah,
you just need to test your coins, put it on your finger and tapping it, and then using the precious coin tester application. Where's my phone?
yeah. So tell us about that app.
Here, it's right next to me. So this is the precious coin tester app, and we'll go in here. We're going to type in 1921. We'll type in Morgan. So this app was designed by a company in France. Actually, two guys. One of the guys' name is Liming, and his partner I think is Yang. So we've got a Morgan here. So we're going to put that there, and we'll put the coin in the device. And the app is free to download and use on iPhone and Android. And what it's doing is it's listening to the sound of this coin, and then it's comparing it with the sounds of the coin in the database. Let's check that again. Sometimes it does funky things when there's background noise. Oh, there we go. 3 of 3, great.
Yep.
Right, so you can download this app for free on iPhone and Android, and if you need to, you can just ping it on your finger. So there's the tool here is just more of a, it's a really nice to have, but it's not necessary. And if somebody doesn't have the cash to go and ping their coins, they should at least be testing them with the free app.
Absolutely.
For sure.
That's it's crazy how they did that app, knowing the sounds and everything. It's amazing.
Yeah, so the way that it works is they've pre-recorded. So they'll get a coin and they'll ping it, and then they'll put that in the database. They'll get another one and they'll ping and they put it in the database. And then they've got over 800 coins in that database, and when someone's pinging a coin, it goes versus that database, and it can actually use sort of like a matching technology to say, is this coin silver or not, based on the sound that it makes while it's pinging. It's really, really cool. It's pretty simple how it works, but it's also really, really technical and really, really awesome that they went ahead and did that. And it's the official collaboration app and companion app with the Pocket Pinger.
Okay, could you let everybody know the name of the app?
Yeah, Precious Coin Tester. Yeah, so it
Okay,
actually says it at the top up here, right? So we'll go ahead. So if you just search Precious Coin Tester, you'll be able to find that app.
Okay. So when it came down to the stick here,
yeah.
Now, were you worried of it marking coins? Is there a certain type of wood that?
Yeah, exactly. So when I went down this like path of ping testing coins, I was actually using other coins, which is like the normal method. You put the coin and you ping it with another coin. It's a fake coin. And then I was noticing that I was denting my coins, and I was pinging a lot of coins, and I didn't want to keep denting my coins, so I started using a piece of wood. It actually started with red oak, but then I found out that red oak has a toxic potential for a really, really small amount of the population. So then I was like, okay, so now I learned that woods can actually be toxic to people, and I didn't want to have anything that was toxic to people or was going to dent the coin. And so I went down a rabbit hole pretty deep on studying different woods and finding one that was hard enough to make a crisp, clean ping, one that wasn't going to damage a coin. If you really slam into it, you can still damage it, but you're much more likely to dent the stick than the coin. And then it's also not going to cause any allergic reactions in people. So if like a little kid puts this in their mouth, you're not going to get like an allergic reaction or anything.
Absolutely. It reminds me of the wood that's in pencils, like a birch or
Oh yeah, it's hickory, so it's harder than a birch.
Yeah, hickory's very hard wood.
Yep, it's actually one of the softer species of hickory. So there's about 4 true hickories, and this is one of the other 2, one of the softer 2.
See, I actually do wood flooring for a living.
Yeah.
And hickory you could scratch it with your nail, but it could hold a lot of weight.
Okay.
It's strong, like versus like breaking it, but you could scratch it with your fingernail.
Yeah.
Well, there's different, like you said, different styles of that hickory, but yeah. So could you just explain too about this block here? Because I don't use the stick. I use this. I just put it on there and I flip it. And then we also have a question for you in the chat here.
Oh, I can't see chat.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah. It says it's from Michael Bryan. Does the app work for 90 and 40% half dollars?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and do that right now. So this is a 90% Kennedy. You can hear it?
Yep.
Right? That sounds beautiful. It has a similar kind of chirp, but a little bit tighter than the Morgan over there. Here is a 40%er. See if you can hear the difference. To me, this one, it goes a little bit longer, yeah, and it's a little bit like scratchier, right? And then the other 2. Yeah, so the app can absolutely do that. So we'll go here and we'll type in 1964 Kennedy. Or we'll just do dollar, because that works as well. So we've got the Kennedy here, 1964. I'm going to double tap that. It's going to open it up. I'm going to put the 64 in here. Yeah, so there's actually a game that I call the Kennedy Challenge, where you put all these in a bag. So this came back 3 of 3, great, right?
Yep.
And now we'll put the 40% in there so you can see how it can hear the difference. So yeah, I've got a game where you put them all in a bag and then you mix them up and you pull them out one by one and you try and guess which one it is without looking at it by the sound that it makes.
Oh wow,
So
that's
here,
cool. Don't worry, Big Red Bullion. I'll send you one of those pocket pingers. You're good. I got you. I'm not ignoring you. I just not really reading the chat.
so when you put the 40% in there under the 1964 Kennedy, it came back bad, right? So it can absolutely hear the difference between the two coins. Now let's go to the. Does that answer his question?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Is that good,
1965.
Michael Bryan?
And we'll do the same thing again here with we've got the 40% now loaded up, 1965. And we'll test the coin here. And came back. 40%er came back. Where are you? 3 of 3,
I
great.
see it. Yeah.
And now we'll do the 90%. So if your ears aren't good enough, the app has, and your microphone's good enough, the app is definitely great.
Yeah, absolutely. Because new stackers, they don't really have the ear for things. You know what I mean? It takes a while to kind of.
So this time it came back, I was talking, so it came back 1 of 3 acceptable. 1 of 3 means to check your specifications. In this case, it would be, well, the year is off, and then you'd have to check your weight. I think that'd be a little bit different as well. But let me try it again without talking this time. Yeah, it's coming up 1 of 3 acceptable, which means to check your dimensions, check your specifications. But it's definitely not a 3 of 3 great.
And what was that? The 40%?
Yeah, this is a 90% pinging on 90%. The 40% test.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So we also have another question for you.
Real quick. So 3 of 3 means 3 out of 3 stars means that it's a perfect match with the database. 2 out of 3 stars means there may be a purity limitation or a purity variance. And 1 out of 3 means to check your specifications. So they still haven't changed that. But they will eventually change that in the system. So maybe in another update or 2, that'll be all fixed.
Now, how old's the app? It hasn't been out that long, has it?
I think they first launched it about 3 or 4 years ago. And they've been kind of just like plugging away at it as a side project slowly over those years. Yeah, I think they do a few updates.
It's definitely a great app, though, for sure. It's helped me a lot.
It's useful. It's super useful. Yeah, if you don't have a known authentics to compare with, the app is great. Yeah, and it works. That's the best part.
Absolutely. So we have a question from Big Red Bullion.
Hey, Big Red.
What was that?
Yeah, I've seen him before.
Yeah, Big Red's awesome. So he said the reason is why the lower the silver percent, the higher or long. What? Hold on. So the reason is why.
I think I know what he's saying. So
the higher or longer thing is because of the copper content. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think that it has something to do with adding the copper, making it a little bit harder. When the two mix together, they become a lot harder. And I think that maybe makes the vibration move through it a little bit easier and longer. Yeah, that's
Could you
correct.
put one of those 1 ounce bars in there and test it? I have a hard time pinging those.
Yeah, so it's to use it with the device. So you want to put it in at a 45-degree angle.
Okay.
And that's going to give you a little bit more of like a nice contact point. Put a little bit of pressure on the top and the bottom, and then you just ping it.
Oh, okay.
Sounds really cool. And if you don't want to ping it, you can use a stick too. Yeah, the bars are really cool.
So you just have to keep it on an angle, 45 angle, when you hit the 1 ounce bar.
You don't have to, but see how it does that, right?
Yep.
But then when you put it on a 45, get it a little, make it in the center. You get a little bit more. Here, try it. Do you have one with you?
I don't have one with me. I have I have some 90% with me.
Cool.
But I will
Very
definitely
cool.
try it for sure. Now these here, I think in one of your videos you mentioned about cleaning them.
Yeah, you can just wash it.
Just
Yeah, so these are FDA approved food grade silicone. You could literally eat off these things and not worry about like disease or anything. They're mold resistant, which is another one of the constraints too. In making the product, I wanted to have something that was going to be top of the line, right? Like what's going to make contact with our little precious coins.
absolutely.
Yeah, went with the FDA approved food grade silicone. They're super ultra soft. They will last a really long time. But like these, for instance, I've never changed them. I don't think I've ever really needed to change any of them. But they do come with extra tips too.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I know.
But yeah, right.
Definitely
So yeah, you can clean them. So if you had this in your pocket and it gets all like funky or whatever, or like in your car and like the little thing next to the stick shift, and maybe it gets a little dirt on there or whatever, you can just rinse them off, and then just like let it air dry and shake dry, and they'll be just like new.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now,
keeping them clean is a good idea. Like you don't want to have like dirt smashing into like the little grooves on your coins.
well, yeah, especially if you're testing like your 90%, your circulated 90% that's been sitting in buckets, at your local coin shops,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
they're, dirty coins usually.
Yeah.
And then you want to go test your brand new 1 ounce gold buffalo that you just bought that's in BU condition. You don't want to. You want to make sure you clean that off.
That's right. 100%.
But so are you selling these? Have you been bringing these to coin shops around
Yeah, they're
your
available
area?
on. Do you have a link in the description?
I believe I did put a link in your description. Yes.
Is it a referral link?
I put a link to your website and a link to your YouTube channel.
Okay, so we'll get you a referral link. Yeah. So if anybody wanted to click through that link, it would be $23, and that's shipped. But they're also available on Amazon and eBay for $25. But if you order through Patriotic Stacker's link, you'll save a couple bucks, and they're all shipping from the same place anyway. So yeah, we'll do that.
I think I purchased mine from eBay.
Cool. Very cool.
But you have them in 2 colors too, right? The black and pink?
We got them in black and pink, yeah. Yeah, and if you buy 2, you get a free fake practice coin with it as well. Which is, I think, really cool. So you can have
absolutely. And like, look, you could see some of these, the Peace style. Was it the Peace style or the Morgan? This one looks really real.
Yeah, and Morgan, it's got a good hand weight to it.
Yeah. And I was shocked. Like, if it didn't say fake copy on it, I'm sure there was a lot of people that would buy it.
Yeah, it just looks like poorly cleaned, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then even too, sometimes if you look at the walker too, the fake walker.
Yeah, the detail on that's really, really done
well. Yeah. Where was that one? There was one that kind of had the same tone to it. And it was like, pretty much identical.
Yeah, I think these 2, one of these is real, one of these is fake.
Yeah, like there you go, right there. Like, it's for, a new stacker, it'd be hard to tell.
Right? When you ping them though, it's really, really obvious. So.
Oh yeah.
So this is the fake. It has that like screech sound to it. It sounds a lot like the modern day like halves or whatever. And here's the real one. Much more beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the fake, right?
Yeah. Let's try the real one.
Yeah. Nice.
See, it's better if you use a stick, because you get a better sound.
Well, it just takes some practice.
This is definitely awesome.
Cool.
So what's your goal with this? Or you want to make it worldwide or like?
Yeah, we're going international. The whole thing is I just want to help people test for counterfeits. in a reliable, affordable, fun way. I think it's fun. It's not just, you know, you can test your counterfeit. The first time you ping it is you're testing for the counterfeit, but then every time you test after that, it's just kind of like enjoying it. And so like when
Absolutely.
I go to coin shows or whatever, I'll take a Morgan or like an ASE or something, and I'll just ping it while I'm walking around. I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Or like I'll be walking around the backyard and I'll be, you know, pinging this thing. So they make counterfeit Ike dollars. This is a real one, and I'll just ping it while I'm walking. You know,
It's also it's a stress reliever.
yeah. I actually had somebody write me a message, and it was like one of the coolest things I've read. He said that pinging the silver helped with his PTSD.
No shit.
Yeah, dude. It was like I got chills just saying that right now. I was like, that is amazing. I never
Yeah,
expected anyone to say
absolutely.
something like that.
It's like, you know, you see people walking around with stress balls, or in their office they have that what do they call them? They're with sand in them, and it's like
Yeah,
miniature rakes, things that like relieve your stress. You know, I'm sure
yeah,
that, you know, this would help too.
exactly. Yeah.
You're fidgeting with something, you know, flicking coins. Nice sound. What's up, Coin Dude 67? Thank you for coming in the chat. So, any other new you working on any new projects?
Yeah, I am. I'm working on. I've got a product I want to call the bullion balance. So this right here is going to be anything from like a small dime, all the way up to like you can get this thing in here. This is a Balboa, but anything much bigger than that, like you said, the 10-ounce bars are kind of a pain, but you can get them in here. But I want to make something that's going to be all the way up to a 100-ounce bar.
Oh wow,
And
that'd be really
yeah,
cool.
yeah, it's coming. Yeah, I've already got a prototype. I do plan on launching it this year, but I'm running into like some material constraints. Like I want to make sure it's perfect.
Absolutely.
So like the same attention to detail that the materials for this product were, I want to have for the next product as well.
That's
But yeah, so
awesome.
it'll be a little thing that you can ping anything from the small coin up to like the large 100-ounce bar, and those 100-ounce bars sound sweet. Yeah, so that's coming. That's the next product for sure. But the pocket pinger, it's not a replacement for the pocket pinger.
Yeah,
It's just like a different tool altogether.
a different tool for, you know, bigger
Yeah,
bars
exactly.
and coins.
It'll work
But
with the coins too, but the pocket pinger for coins is great. You get that super resonance.
absolutely,
Yeah.
this is definitely and matter of fact, I told my local coin shop about these. He never heard of them,
Yeah,
but I
sure.
brought it in and I showed him, and he was amazed. You know,
Cool.
because it's just a quick little way you can test it, especially someone coming in to sell him some coins.
Yeah,
You know,
there's
he's been around him for 40 years. All he has to do is, you know, put the coin in and ping it. You don't have to bounce it on his finger, or, you know, he's got a Sigma, you know, tester, but it's just a quick way, you know, a quick way to test.
yeah, and it's a yeah, so there's a couple pawn shops around me that have it, and I think 4 coin stores are using it too around me. And it's a way for them, so if they have a customer comes in and they have something that's fake and they put it on the Sigma, so it says that it's fake, but this is another way to show them that it's fake too, and it's undeniable, right? So the real ones sound like this, and your fake one sounds like that, and they're like, oh, no way, you know. So it's a way to prove that your coin is real, and also to help show a customer that it's fake if it is fake.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the sound, it seems like one of those things that I haven't been able to trick it yet, but that doesn't mean it's not possible. And that's why I always say to use multiple testing methods.
Hmm.
I've only been able to trick it. Actually, you have another couple minutes?
Absolutely.
So this is the coin that validated the entire ping test for me. And I was going into a guy's shop and I was looking at all his fakes and his counterfeit trade to pull out some fake Morgans or whatever to make videos. And I pulled this one out and I took it home and I pinged it. Right? And I made a video and I was saying, "Oh, this is obviously fake Morgan,"
Hmm.
right? Because you put it there, so that's that Morgan, and then here's a real Morgan, and
Yeah,
right away you can
beautiful.
hear the difference,
Right
right?
away. Right away.
Yeah. So while I was pinging this one, I thought that it sounded precious anyway, right? Like it still doesn't sound like any of the other fakes, and
Hmm.
it sounds
That
kind of
kind of sounds like
beautiful.
like a 1 ounce eagle.
Exact. It sounds like a 1 ounce round. That's exactly right. So then I was pinging it, and like the more I pinged it, the more I thought it sounded awesome. And then I went to my stack and I started pulling out like rounds and random rounds or whatever, and it sounded a lot like some of the other rounds that I had. So then I went back into the store the next day, and I was like, "Hey man, I think this was before I was using the app. This was just all ear, right? All ear and weight in your hand, and just using like your human ability." And I went back and I was like, "Hey man, I think this is real. I think it's real silver." And he was like, "There's no way it's real silver, you know?" And I was like, "Okay." And then he put it on his Sigma and he put it up to 999.9, and then it was out of the brackets. And then he moved it down to 999. It was still out of the brackets. Then he moved it down to 90%, and it was dead center in the brackets. So and then he was like, "Shit," you know, because he sold this to me for $10, and silver at the time was like 25 an ounce or something.
Oh wow,
something like that. Yeah, so he was a little bummed about that. But so it's a counterfeit. It was in the right counterfeit tray, but it's made out of real silver. And so that was like, wow, the ping test actually works without even having a known authentic to compare with. You can ping it, and you can tell that it's silver.
Absolutely. You can just test from your other coins, like you said. You pulled out some rounds,
Yeah,
and that's how you found out.
yeah. So that same day I was in there, I went through his counterfeit tray again, and using nothing but the weight in my hand and the sound of the coin, I pulled this one out too. It's another 90%er.
Seated.
And then I pulled this one out of it, but that's a fake as well. It's a counterfeit. And then I pulled this one out of his bin as well. It's a counterfeit bin.
Yep.
And that's another real piece of silver, but it's real silver counterfeits. So I thought that was pretty awesome, man. So
yeah,
using nothing but the weight in my hand and the sound that the coin make, I was able to tell that these were silver. So yeah, this is the coin that really made me like feel like the ping test was like, oh, this is actually legit, you know. And this was like right when I first started like the whole pocket pinger thing.
You know, it's amazing, dude. You really made something that is awesome, and it's all over YouTube. You know, the whole community's talking about him. I see. You know, they're all over. They're all over. And I told my LCS about him, and he loved it.
Yeah,
I actually gave him one.
That. Very cool.
And I'm lost of words because it's really cool, man. It really is. And I use it all the time. It really comes in handy, especially if you don't want to pull out the Sigma.
Yeah,
it's just an easy way, and it's great.
Is that your kid in the background?
Yeah, all four of them.
Nice. Yeah. I've got one that's about 1.5 years and another one in the belly. So
I got twins. I got 2 1-year-old twins, boy and a girl, and then I have a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Oh, what a lovely bunch, man.
You ain't kidding, man. But they're loud.
Yeah, sure. That's cool.
But yeah, man, this is great. I appreciate you for coming on.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Everybody,
this is cool.
Soundmoneymetals, creator of the Sound Money Pocket Pinger. The link to his YouTube is in my description. His link to his website is in my description. If you want to get yourself one of these beautiful Sound Money Metal Pocket Pingers, they work. They're awesome. They're cheap. Everyone should have them in their stack. And don't forget to download the app, Coin Tester, Precious Metal Coin Tester, correct?
Precious Coin Tester, yeah.
Yep. It's on iPhones and Androids, right?
Yep.
Okay. And you heard them. Definitely works. They're great. Awesome. Everyone should have one. Thanks for your time, Soundmoneymetals. I really appreciate it, man.
Pleasure.
I wish you luck, and definitely keep me updated, and we'll meet up again soon.
Yeah, will do. And thank you so much for having me on. And anybody listening, if you have any questions, you can shoot me an email to support@coinpingtest.com. Happy to help with any questions you guys have. And yeah, hope you're all having a good day. Thanks so much, Patriotic.
Thanks, Soundmoneymetals. I'll catch you on the next one, brother.
All right, take care. Bye, guys.
So you heard it, guys. These are awesome. They work. They're great. I had the pleasure to talk to Soundmoneymetals. Great dude. Very smart guy. What's up, Silver Scorpion? What's up, Savage? What's up, Big Red Bullion? Like I said, Red Bullion, man, I'll send you one of these. I'll send you a brand new one right here. I wasn't ignoring you. I just, with the whole, I'm new to this whole live streaming YouTube thing, so, I can't multitask when I'm talking. Plus, I can't really hear the person I'm interviewing. I don't know if it's my speaker or what. So I really have to pay attention to hear what they're saying. I don't want to have to ask them to repeat themselves after saying a 2-minute talking for 2 minutes. What's up, Origami Outlaw? That was a cool interview you did with Silver Heist. That was really awesome, man. Coin Dude, they're like he said, I think he said on his website they're about $22, $23. On eBay they're about $25. Cheap. They're really cheap. It's something people can afford. Because if you go and buy a Sigma metal verifier, you're going to spend anywhere from $1,000 to $2,400, depending on which model you get. So, if you want a way to test your coins instead of using a magnet, that doesn't always catch everything, or like the gravity test, you can buy one of these, and being around coins for many years, you kind of have a sound for them, or you can download the app. And the app, like you seen in the video here, or the stream, it pretty much picked up all the coins, the sounds, and everything, and it lets you know 3 out of 3 it's real. 2 out of 2 it's good standing, but you probably want to test it again. It's awesome, and you can get the app. It's a precious metal coin tester. You can get it on your iPhone or your Android, whatever phone you use. But yeah, it's awesome. He's a really smart guy. Let's do some testing. Here's a fake one. Can't even get it. Let's try the real one. So you can hear the difference right there, big time. Definitely awesome. Hey, Big Red Bullion, just email me, brother, so I can get your address. I can send out that ping tester for you, man. But all right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream now. Thank you guys for joining in. Email, it's patrioticstacker@gmail.com. Definitely Savage Stacker. It's a good investment, man. Especially if you're going to help out a guy like that, Guy that, started from nothing, man. You heard him. He just was tired of people getting fakes, and he just, I'm going to make a affordable coin tester so I can test the coins and, make sure so everyone can have one, afford it, test their coins so they can get away from fakes without having to spend thousands of dollars on a Sigma metal verifier. Let's try a dime. Let's see see how that goes. Dimes are a little harder to do because they're so small. If I'm not dropping everything. But all right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, his link for his YouTube channel will be in my description. Same thing as his link to his website if you want to pick yourself up a coin ping tester. It's a good investment. It's a cheap investment, and you have another way to test your coins. All right, guys. It's another interview at Patriotics Interviews. Now, more will be coming, and I'll be excited for you guys to come back and watch. But all right, guys. Peace out. Thanks again, Red Bullion. Thanks again, Savage Stacker. Thank you, Origami Outlaw, Silver Scorpion, David G, Coin Dude. Thanks for all tuning in. All right, I'm out.